It's so crazy that my poll numbers go up. Whoever heard you get indicted for interfering with a presidential election where you have every right to do it? You get indicted and your poll numbers go up.
I had every right to interfere in the election. And I'm amazed that I did something like interfere with the people voting, and my poll numbers go up because of what I did. It's amazing. We've all heard the saying of, if you give a man an inch, he'd take a mile. We've all made attempts to test limits. The first limits that we tried to test were on our parents. And depending on the kind of parent you got, they would either knock the furniture out your mouth or they would give you more leeway to make more mistakes, to where by the time you're 12, 13 years old, you're telling your mom or dad to shut up. Now, black people. Okay, I'm going to move on. But the one thing we do not need is we do not need a leader in this country that will continually push the limits on what freedoms we allow him to have, him or her. Because given the chance, that person would do some very depraved things. And then you'll get people like this trying to defend those crazy and depraved things.
Yeah, I mean, what I assume he means is he has a right to challenge results that he thinks are unfair, which he did have a right to do that and would again. What you don't have a right to do is go beyond that and beyond what the courts allow you to do.
And that's the problem. He just said what I assume he means. And go back 2015, 2016. Every time Donald Trump said something, we had people out there who were very smart people, who were very politically savvy people saying, well, look, what I assume he means, well, you know, you can't take him literally, but you got to take him figuratively. You had all these people trying to excuse what the man was saying, and he was telling you up front who he was and what he was going to do. And still, even in 2024, you got people out there defending Trump saying, well, I assume what he means, and that's not all. Because not only is he saying, well, what I assume he means, he's also saying, well, he can't go as far as what the courts will allow. Well, what have the courts been doing lately for Donald Trump? Now, there are some things that I'm conservative about. There are some things that I'm liberal about. I consider myself really a moderate, because a lot of Democratic policies I don't really agree with. There are a lot of Republican policies that I do agree with. But what we don't need is a person in the White House that will make themselves essentially a king or queen, to where we lose our fundamental rights and privileges as Americans in this country. Because despite it all, slaves being free, slaves getting the right to vote, white males who did not own land the right to vote, giving women the right to vote. The one thing that the founders feared was this country changing itself to a monarchy. What do you think?